up that report, it goes through the mill before it's finally, and those who are the gate, keeping points, are professionals. They know the law of the media. They know when you are, when you are going contrary or you want to make an infraction. And of course, if that copy is one that will bring the media into disrepute or run into the murky waters and being dragged, to court, every average, gatekeeper should, kill such stories. And that's the way, the journalism we were, taught. So the issue of brown envelope, I don't see how really, because I'm beginning to see it as a blackmail, okay, on the media.
Okay.
Yes, because even in governance, where a government organizes an event, at the end of the day, there are dinner parties where they use, government-owned funds, to run such dinner parties.
Okay.
So if you invite a journalist and at the end of the day you give him lunch, probably when you cannot, make lunch, say take this per diem, I don't see it, and I don't see how that, again, I repeat, can influence, a story that comes from the source and passes through the mail before it's eventually published.
Okay, away from the brown envelope issue now. Chief Kazim, we now have a different phase in the media, and that is called social media. How do you think this has impacted on Nigerian journalists, especially as their security is concerned? How do you think it has impacted that?
It's always applicable. So where there are infractions, whoever is, maybe defamed, can also go to court. But coming back to say you want to clamp them down by bringing some obnoxious, bills into the National Assembly to say you want to kill, the online, it's not possible, because the more you are being aggressive to them, the more they are resilient and they are being aggressive and they are waking up, because the online is another place. Majority of those journalists who have probably retired from the mainstream journalism, that's where they retire to also do the work. So you see how responsible publishers, responsible blog, owners who were once managers in radio stations, in television stations, and of course editors in their own right in most prominent newspapers in the country. So they've also brought that experience to bear in what they are now doing for themselves. So the new media it's another aspect. Yes.
Okay, let me come back to you, Grace. You known for your penchant for the less privileged, and that takes us to what is your ideal of a female media practitioner in Nigeria? Because there is a peculiarity here now. We have her as a woman, we have her as a mother, and the home front too is there. What do you think should be done? At least, make her, if not totally comfortable, a bit comfortable with all these responsibilities back at home, and yet she's got to keep her job.
Let me use this medium to say thank you to some of the women journalists I met in the field, and they, in one way or the other, contributed immensely. And I would not end this, it won't be fair of me if I end this program without mentioning their name and to let the public know that they have done well in their own way. Mrs. Teladine Jacob, I must say, when I came into the media profession, she really, really did her best to see that when it comes to women issues, you can do it. You can do it, and you have to deliver. You must show that whatever the male counterpart is doing, you have to, meet up. A lot of stigmatization coming in, a lot of issues that has to do with religion, cultural limitation, abuse, violence. But women who know what they want and what they aspire to do or want to be will stand their ground to say, if it is the job that I'm ready to do, I have passion to do, I'm ready to die on the job. So women have done immensely well. They've surpassed even the target, and they're really doing it, and they keep doing it. So for me, it's not really for me, it's not in my place to say it's a man's, job or a man's word to just be a journalist. No, women do. In fact, they are even doing better, and that's the reason why we are clamoring for security for women. Which to this end, we are also asking for more capacity building, training and retraining, welfare of female journalists, because a lot of people will say most of them, they are vulnerable. We see persons who see these ladies on the field, they also want to take advantage of them. So it also boils down to discipline. There are women who are disciplined, who do not take nonsense. They don't want any rubbish from anybody. See, I'm here to do my job, and you cannot counter me except in areas where you think my information is not correct. So mostly we are doing it. I have a lot of story to tell. Probably I'll keep the rest some other time. But as for the job, we are good and will continue to be good. So we will continue to also pray that the he for she, just like yourself and Chief Kazim in the studio and other stakeholders there, will continue to, clamor change and support for female journalists out there in the field, knowing full well that we face a lot.
Okay, let me ask you. If you're asked this morning, what should be an ideal minimum wage for Nigerian journalists, at least for him or her to be able to, reasonably take care, of things, what would you suggest, Chris?
At over increasing house rent, and it was something else. So you can imagine a female journalist moving down from, let's say, most of them live around Kefi. Most come down from Nasarawa. Some of them travel down from Kaduna, Suleja, and the rest of it all. And then let's take care of our reporters who are in the field, so that we can get the best out of them as well. So for me, it's not bad. You talk about transportation is an issue. Accommodation, transportation, feeding allowance, food, commodities in the market have skyrocketed. So you go to the market, how much is a cup of beans, how much is rice, and you put all of this together. So you expect me to work from January to December to be paid peanuts, some for 70,000 naira, for goodness sake. I mean, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah, Chief Kazim, what